Hey there, in this video I will share a super easy, fun, free way to not just manage stress, but if you stick with me, you'll learn how to completely crush stress, literally to stomp all over the often devastating negative effects of stress. I don't think ever before in the history of humans have we globally experienced the levels of stress that we have over the last 12 or more months. And of course, that's been longer for millions of people in some parts of the world. It's well known that stress hormones like cortisol take a devastating toll on our bodies. We tend to gain weight, have difficulty losing it, our sleep is poor, we're easily fatigued, and our brains are functioning in a deep state of fog. On top of that, there's a constant source of never-ending things to be worried about, adding even more stress. Now, since you're watching this, I know that you know what I'm talking about. It's the kind of worry that leads to anxiety and panic attacks, depression, and despair. It's so sad to see the suicide rates continue to climb, and so does this pandemic. Now, I'm not here today to talk about source energy medicine, which you might find surprising, especially most of you know that we have fantastic source energy medicines for transforming stress and trauma, and they've been highly effective since 2005. And yet my experience lately has been that it would be literally physically impossible to drink enough source energy medicine in order to be able to transform the levels of stress that we continue to experience day after day. There's simply too much stress for most folks for source energy medicine to be effective. I sure hope that you are picking up what I'm putting down. Now, certainly the levels of stress has been higher and more intense for some than others, and yet COVID-19 is not the only thing creating skyrocketing levels of stress and fear. I trust you're following this, and I'm sure none of this is breaking news to you, and you're likely just wanting to know, so what's the answer? What's the life hack for crushing the often devastating negative effects of intense, prolonged levels of stress? But before I share that with you, please do not discount the power of what I'm about to tell you. In fact, I challenge you to prove me wrong. If you try this and with sincere effort, there is no way I'm going to see a single negative comment. And if you're not going to try this for yourself, at least for one day, then you don't have the privilege to share your opinion. I'm only interested in educated feedback, which in this case is based on your real life experience with what I'm going to tell you all about. I challenge you to take this on and try it just for one day. And I guarantee you that if you do try this and you try it full on, there is no way you are not going to feel empowered, stronger, feel energized, focused, clear-headed, and eager to engage in work and with your friends and family, and probably you'll find more passion than you might have felt in months. Now, of course, use common sense, stay safe, follow safe practices, be respectful to others, please, when you're in public and when you're socializing. Now, I don't know about you, but I had a really hard time getting things done when this pandemic first started. So I went back to a practice that I used to use, and that is I work without distractions in 50-minute solo tasking, focused blocks of time. I set a timer for 50 minutes and I take a 10-minute break. I literally drop what I'm doing and I take a 10-minute break. Now, to crush the stress, when the timer goes off, I do what I am calling a joy drop. You're probably thinking, what the heck is a joy drop? I drop everything. I crank up really good dance music and I dance with reckless abandon. I dance like nobody is watching and I dance full on. I let completely go, and I do this with everything I have for at least a minute and a half. And then I enjoy the rest of my 10-minute break. And I got to tell you, what I have found is I am so energized and focused and clear-headed totally amped up and excited for my next 50-minute focus period of solo tasking. And I gotta tell you, in complete honesty, at first I thought this was a silly, if not completely ridiculous idea. And yet the physiological response I felt immediately, the response to me dancing like a fool, which I quickly transformed to dancing like my life depends on it, which is pretty accurate. It's not ridiculous at all. And if anything, it's completely genius. I challenge you to take this on and try it just for one day. Set a timer once an hour or every other hour on the outside and prove me wrong. If you work in an office with others, I encourage you to try it and see what happens. And if it's a conservative office, even more the reason. If you are a teacher, set a timer, and even if it goes off in the middle of your lesson plan, I don't care if you're teaching kindy kids or you're a college professor. I guarantee you, you will see everyone's mood lifted, productivity will increase, everyone will feel better, and in just a minute or two. And after 1 or 2 joy drops, everyone is going to start counting the minutes until the next joy drop. You have to try this on for yourself. And after you do, come on back and let me know what you experience in the comments below. And I also want to know, what are your favorite dance tracks? I started a joy drop playlist, and in the description below I'll share a few tracks that I found that are super fun and make it easy for me to be able to dance with all of my heart and all of my soul super easily. For me, this has been fun and inspiring and beyond helpful at maintaining my health and well-being during this health crisis, which, if you listen to all of the experts, this is going to be with us for a long time yet to come. You know, the long-term negative effects of high levels of prolonged stress are serious. I am highly confident that we're going to see unprecedented levels of post-traumatic stress disorder and among the civilian populations. Historically, PTSD has been an issue that was primarily experienced by our war heroes and police and firefighters and emergency medical professionals, and now we're going to see this tragic disorder expand its reach and affect civilians, millions of civilians, and this is a global problem. This is something that we all should be aware of. If something as fun and silly as dancing once an hour to help to crush the negative effects of stress without harmful and dangerous side effects, I don't know about you, but I am all in. Keep in mind, this is not only safe, but it's fun and it's completely free. You don't need much room. So together, let's drop joy and love and peace, and let's spread that around the world. And now it's up to you. Drop what you're doing, crank up some good dance music, and stomp all over stress. Have fun, and let me know in the comments below what you experience. Bye for now.